Hey guys, Joe White here from Toronto Performance, and today I'm going to give you 3 mobility drills that are going to translate directly to a squat, but specifically in a sport I work with a lot, basketball, and how the hips move in those sports and activities. So when I play a sport like basketball, when I move sideways, when I take a step, if you look at that, this hip is actually externally rotating, and this hip is slightly internally rotating. Okay? So if someone's guarding me, I'm going to step across, that hip externally rotates, this hip slightly internally rotates. And for that matter, every time you walk, your hip is actually internally and externally rotating. Now for most of you guys, you gym junkies out there, when you squat, your hip is actually turning outwards. And for the people who get kind of a click or pinching in the front of the hip, that's usually an internal hip impingement. So the medial side and the back of the hip, we're actually getting a click of one of the tendons in there. Okay? So take a look at these mobility drills. They're going to help the squat for your hip impingement people, just like myself. And for the people who play basketball and football and all those agility drills, sports, that involve the hips to move in all these cool different types of planes. Okay, so come on in here. We're going to be using a band. So whatever the stretches you use, you need a nice and thick band. Okay, we want the band at roughly hip height. Then we're going to step in. I'm going to get that band just below my glute muscle, and I want some fair tension on here. From here, I'm going to take my hips, scoop under, squeeze, feel a big stretch here, creating a lot of tension in the hip flexors, the quads there. Okay, so the second stretch we're going to do is more focused on the external rotation of the hip, and we can clear some space up in there for your squat and your outside leg when moving laterally. So this band is going to be pulling me outwards, and I'm going to slide my lower leg in front and the foot in front. I'll slide that foot up. The better you get at this, the more forward that foot is going to come. Take some deep breaths, keep my head off the ground, hip off the ground, sink my butt to the ground, and feel that stretch in the glute. Okay guys, the third stretch and our final stretch is more focused on hip flexion and internal rotation. So really specifically to that part that clicks when you squat. So we need some level surface. You can use a bench press bench, weightlifting bench, but we have a table here. I prefer the table. So I'm going to get on the table in this quadruped position. I'm going to hook my foot here. I'm going to bring my leg across the table, and I'm going to sit back on my opposite foot, keeping my hands down. If it gets pinchy, don't go through the pinch. Just kind of warm up, oscillate, and ballistically stretch out that hip. Okay. So try those stretches. I'd recommend every day. Then as you go through your sport, you go through your activities, hopefully you're feeling some more mobility in those activities and even a little lower on that squat. So please like or subscribe to this page. We look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thanks so much.